Well, good evening, Basel fans, and welcome here to St. Albans, the beautiful countryside of Great Britain. And again, this beautiful area is a scene for tonight's wonderful basketball game of the Betty Codona semi-finals here of the WBBL between the London Lions and the Sheffield Hatters. Well, hi everybody, I'm your commentator Josh Bett alongside my FIBA Eurobasket commentator Graham Hiscock. Graham, welcome back to Oaklands College. Big game here we got tonight.
Yeah, they've played each other twice already this season. London Lions coming up confidently and concisely in one of the games here earlier in the season, the BBL Cup. A little bit closer up there, only a 10-point deficit for the Hatters. They've just got to be on top form tonight, the Hatters, to have any chance.
Of course, you spoke with both coaches before the games, of course. Now, Vanessa Ellis, got to be thinking coming into this game, maybe a little bit more confidence after the second matchup they had back in Sheffield.
Yeah, they only lost by 10 up there, plus last weekend they had two big wins against Cardiff Met Archers and Nottingham Wildcats, and they're going to be coming here full of confidence in relation to that, but they know what they're coming up against. London Lions, really top team.
Well, let's go meet now with Vanessa Ellis, head coach of the Sheffield Hatters, to get her thoughts on this big matchup.
I'm courtside here with Vanessa Ellis, head coach of the Braun Sheffield Hatters. We've got London Lions coming up here in a massive semi-final in the WBBL Betty Codona Trophy, a tournament that's close to your heart, Vanessa. How do you feel pre-game this evening?
Yeah, definitely close to my heart, having been named after my mum. Well, it's a tough draw, but you know, we come here to compete, be fearless, but obviously respect the Lions for the team that they are.
And you've played the Lions twice already, both times coming out on the losing side, but you had a big weekend last weekend, winning both games convincingly. Yeah,
you know, we've got to take each game as it comes, step by step. The first game against the Lions, I thought we competed well, and it was a close competition, and that's the sort of game we are aiming for today. But we have to be at our best to compete.
And you've got Georgia here, your niece, playing on the team, and she's had a great GB experience in that last window. You were involved in the coaching staff. Can you just touch on how things you felt went for GB and looking forward to the finals of Eurobasket?
Yeah, we had a great campaign in February, really good camp and two great performances, and obviously to make the last 16 of Eurobasket is a tremendous achievement, and we're going to go there with the same desire and commitment that we've faced the other windows.
Okay, well thanks Vanessa for your time and good luck today.
Thank you.
Well, there you heard from Coach Vanessa Ellis. Now, we're going to hear with the head coach, Stella Cassidy of the London Lions, to get her thoughts on another big matchup here in the WBBL.
On courtside here with Coach Stella Cassidy of the London Lions. Different venue to where you normally play, Coach. It's the WBBL Trophy semi-final versus Sheffield Hatters. Your pre-game thoughts?
As you said, it's a really different game. It's a knockout game. So for me, on this kind of situation, there is no favorites. You have only one chance, this 40 minutes. So we need to step out from the first second and give our 100%, be really aggressive defensively and offensively, and take the win so we can advance on the final.
And you've already played Sheffield Hatters twice this season, once in the BBL Cup, winning comfortably here, and once in the league. So you're 2-0 in the series. Game 3 here. How do you see the game going this evening?
Well, obviously I wasn't here the first game, but as I said, it's a completely different game than the championship games. So like our target is to be really aggressive on defense, try to slow them down, because I think that Sheffield is a really good transition team. So our target is to force them to play on half court. And on the other side, we want to run. As I have said a lot of times, we want to push the ball fast, find a shot even under 8 seconds. And let's see, I hope that it will be us to take the victory tonight.
And last question, another week in British basketball. How are you feeling? How are things going on the court and also off the court? What are the main things you've noticed?
Well, on the court, I think that girls are doing a really good job. I think that we are working really hard every week, and step by step we are proving, and we will get to the point that we want to be as a team. Off the court, I'm still trying to, settle down. I don't have a lot of time to do other things in basketball, but this is my job, so it's my priority.
Okay, Coach, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Well, there you heard from both coaches. You're going to watch this game live with me and Graham Hiscock on the commentary. This is the semi-finals. Who will make it to the final? Will it be London Lions or will it be the Sheffield Hatters? Well, it doesn't get any bigger than this, of course. A knockout game. Anybody is favored to win this one. Again, if you go back to the game in which London Lions lost at home to the Caledonia Gladiators, you got to think that Sheffield Hatters must fancy the chances here in Oakland.
Yeah, they've just got to have a good start, Josh. They've got to believe, as Vanessa Ellis said pre-game, they've just got to take one game at a time and just respect London Lions, but they've just got to play their game. They've got some really top players. Carly Murphy's coming from Colorado State. Lenny Yang's played in 2 Afro baskets with Senegal, and they've got Georgia Gale. Family connections. This will mean an awful lot to her, and she's having a big season plus a big Eurobasket qualifying window as well for her.
Well, that was a huge moment for women's basketball here in the United Kingdom, of course, getting the qualification against Portugal at the not the Manchester Arena, of course, but at the arena where the Manchester Giants play. I'm having a bit of a brain fog at the moment, but again, big time now for British basketball. But let's talk about Helen Naylor. Her leadership is going to be imperative here tonight for the Hatters.
Yeah, she's a vet. She's played all her basketball in Yorkshire. Been at the Hatters for years, played GB Junior, played some GB national team, maybe almost 10 years ago. But last week, at the weekend against Cardiff, she got Sheffield Hatters off and running on her own, forcing Cardiff Met Archers to take a timeout. So she's not slowing down anytime soon.
Now, referring to the London Lions players, there you can see their new head coach, of course, Cassidy, now, of course, coming in. You know, it's been a bit of a tough time for her, of course. You know, coming in mid-season, of course, when they've just left the FIBA Women's Euro Cup. But again, a very experienced basketball coach with national team experience with Slovenia.
Yeah, and that's the group that GP are going to be in as well. So the likes of Holly Winterburn and Shanice Beckford. I mean, all these young players are getting an opportunity to play for Coach Pichetta, and now they're going to go head to head against each other. Coach Vanessa Ellis as well on that coaching staff. But it's a huge thing for the national team, and this is a big game, and we want to see the best of English basketball, best of British basketball, and this is as good as it's going to get.
Now, looking at the Lions players, of course, you know, the likes of Holly Winterburn, a prime-time player she's going to be. But, of course, Katarina Cincina, with her veteran leadership as well and her perimeter shooting, she's going to have a big game here tonight at Oakland's College.
I think so. She can really stretch the floor. She's got good size, can play tough D as well, 13.3 points a game. And shooting nearly 50% from behind the arc, and she is such a weapon. One of the top scorers, one of the top players all time in Eurocup as well. So what a great pickup she's been for London Lions. But it's going to be interesting how Stella goes. This is her 4th game. She's been in the job a month, and she's still trying to feel her way through British basketball. And hopefully she's going to make some big inroads and some positive changes where it's needed.
Well, of course, Lions on track, of course, to win almost every domestic competition this year. Remember, they won the WBBL Cup, of course, in Birmingham against the Leicester Riders with a very emphatic victory. Well, their starting lineup, you can see Azania Stewart's coming out with Holly Winterburn, Kiki Harrigan, and, of course, Katsuri Cincina, for me, she's going to have to, in my mind, she's going to have to have a 20-point game here tonight, because it's always tough when you have a new coaching staff, because you got to adapt to the new style. You got to, find out where your place is on the team. And I'm telling you, I'm very confident Sheffield Hatters is going to have a very good game here tonight. Yeah,
they look ready. This is the second time they've played at this venue. They're back here again in a few weeks. So there's some games they're having to move around, but it's the same message from Coach Cassidy. We're going to play up tempo. We're going to play tough defense, and we're not going to let the Hatters get in their own rhythm.
Well, Murphy will jump this with Azania Stewart. This is Azania Stewart's last season before retirement, but again, I'm convinced she's going to miss the game so much she probably will come back, but it will be Lions. Again, good tip-off there. Winterburn getting the layup. And again, an easy 2 points there for the Lions early on.
And that's not the start that the B. Braun Hatters wanted, Josh. They've got to be switched on right for the first second.
Gale now trying to attack the basket, goes in, gets no fear whatsoever up against Azania Stewart. I think Azania Stewart may be getting away with a violation there.
Yeah, that was the look on her face. We're so close to the action here at Oakland's College. The look of determination from Georgia Gale.
Well, too much on the pass here now. Helen Naylor will try to push this one. Gale in transition. Numbers finding Murphy under the basket. Tries a reverse layup. Turns it over. Now the Lions can push this one. Harrigan in the open court. Pulls off in the mid-range. This is bread and butter. Again, easily tucks that one away. That's automatic.
Yeah, Kiki Harrigan, top scorer on this team. One of the top players in this league.
Another deep three-pointer shot from Helen Naylor. Just gets it to rattle in. The B-Braun Hatters coming out with a bit of confidence early on from the perimeter.
Well, in effect, they've got nothing to lose. Respect your opposition, but they've just got to go for it.
Again, the tempo in this game is going to be imperative. These two teams must play with confidence. Kiki Harrigan, again, simply unstoppable. If she gets going, it could be a long night here for the Hatters.
Yeah, she just has one huge game after another, and it's just effortless the way she elevates and knocks the shot down.
Well, Abby Whitehouse now here, heavily defended by Holly Winterburn. Coming off one ball screen with Murphy. A bit of time and space now. Decides to attack the basket, goes in, draws a foul against Xenia Stewart. That's a smart play there by Whitehouse. She'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Yeah, nice job by Abby Whitehouse, just 19 years old. Coming through the Sheffield College system. GB Junior as well, 5.2 points a game, and she's getting to the free throw line early. I think this is what they've got to do. They've got to put a marker down. They've got to show the London Lions that we are not going to back down from you.
Well, of course, a lot of teams will be having a lot of confidence after seeing the Caledonia Gladiators defeat the London Lions at the Copper Rock. So again, for the Hatters, regardless of what they lost by the last time these two teams met here in Oakland's College, they must play with the mindset that they can win this game.
Yeah, and it's already a much better start. And they've got to just look at the small logistical positives as well. Certainly less distance to travel as well coming here to St Albans, and it's not the London Lions' regular home venue.
Murphy bringing the ball up now. Winterburn trying to find Katsarina Cincina, look for a kick out, finding Xenia Stewart, fumbles it. Murphy comes up with it. Well, good hands by Murphy, but a foul has been drawn. Maybe a bit of an overzealous defensive possession there from the Lions, but that's going to be the second team foul. Maybe something the Hatters can take for a positive coming into this game. Try and get it to the penalty very early on. Try to get to the free throw line as soon as possible.
Yeah, and one thing they've got to be aware of is Taylor Murray. She's top of the league at steals.
Well, Hatters now with a 1-point lead. Whitehouse going in, Fangerl too much on it. Lions scramble over the rebound, and now Winterburn trying to orchestrate something here in the backcourt for the Pride. Holly coming off one screen, finding Xenia off the pick and roll, goes in. That's a textbook play between Holly Winterburn and Xenia Stewart.
Yeah, they just cleared out the right side, giving Xenia all the room she needed to operate. Perfect pass from Holly Winterburn.
Lennon Yang now should try the mid-range, and again, the Hatters getting the mid-range going on very early here.
That's another good pickup for the B-Braun Hatters. Josh, international player for Senegal, 2 Afro baskets, top player.
Dump down to Kiki Harrigan. Again, that's too easy there, cementing herself just below the bucket.
Yeah, she can score inside and out. I love that interaction between the two bigs.
Well, 2 quick fouls here called against Murphy. Again, you like the aggression she's putting on the backcourt against Gale. But again, now she's picked up 2 personal fouls. And already, Lions having to make a change in the backcourt.
Yeah, and this is the key thing with bringing Vorpal in. She's another similar player. There won't be any drop-off of defensive intensity.
But again, Lions have to be smart here. They don't want to get into foul trouble too early because now they've only got 1 more foul to give. And there's still 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Gale now, heavily guarded. Trying to get a handoff with Murphy. I want to try and get Murphy as many touches in the low block. Using another ball screen. Again, heavily, and a 4th team foul already. Lions, again, struggling to adapt to the officiating early on here in the first quarter.
It didn't look good initially there for the Hatters. The ball got really stuck. They were trying handoffs. But in the end, Georgia Gale was able to instrumentally get a foul for a team. And if that's one way they can get an advantage, get London Lions in foul trouble, then they should go down that road.
Yeah, but Graham, we got to be impartial. That's our job. That's what we're paid to do, of course. But again, the question is, I got to agree with Xenia Stewart on that one. That was good defense.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, hands up straight. Volpole now. See if how she can get on against Gale.
Well, Gale's got to make magic here in the backcourt. Trying to find the penetration. Goes all the way. Contact. Count it. And she'll go to the free throw line. Strong move by Georgia Gale.
Yeah, I love the way Georgia Gale uses that left hand, and again that determination, the drive, protecting the ball, and really soft touch off the glass. She is definitely a handful, and this team will want to come back strong. after what happened here last time, Josh.
Well, again, we talked about this, trying to get into penalty early on. We haven't even played 5 minutes here in the first quarter, and already Sheffield are in the penalty. Well, makes a three-point play. Gale now playing with a lot of confidence, leading things in the backcourt here for the Hatters. Lions looking for a response here, trailing by 2 points. Shaquilla Joseph also checking into the game for the Pride. Cecina now pulls up, takes a tough one, doesn't get it. Manley tries to kill the rebound. Hatters come up with it. Now they can push this one. Gale now trying to go again all the way to the basket. Too much on it. The follow-up by Murphy. She goes in, still can't capitalize. Good transition defense from the Lions.
Yeah, they need to capitalize on that. Good drive by Georgia Gale, but Murphy would be disappointed with her miss.
Well, Winsburn splits the defense to rejection. Murphy just said to Shaquilla, not in my house. But again, another turnover again. A lot of nerves here coming from the Sheffield Hatters.
Yeah, great job by Shaquilla Joseph reacting to the initial miss or the block shot. Great job by Murphy, and then straight back at it and forces the turnover. So good job by Joseph.
A change already coming in here for the Hatters. So Lennon Yang will go to the bench, take a breather. Well, Jones checking in here, and again, already Vanessa Ellis trying to go to a bench deep. Now the one difference in this game, another turnover. Harrigan throws it away. Now Whitehouse finding Murphy. Murphy looking for options now. Again, another turnover. That's number 3 here in the first quarter. Winterberg trying to go all the way. Draws the contact. That's going to be a blocking foul against Whitehouse. Much more positive play there from Holly Winsburn, looking like a bullet train.
Yeah, once she gets in transition, she is a real handful. Looked maybe to go to a crossover and just kept it on that same right side. Clear defensive foul.
Sideline to the Lions, trailing by 2 points. Trying to find their identity early on here in the first quarter. Joseph got it by Murphy now. Again, going to the dribble handoff. Now a pick and roll sequence. Joseph under the basket, turns around, goes up. Can't get it. The rebound secured by Murphy. The B-Board Hatters leading by 2 points, but that's turnover number 4. And again, the confidence in their offense dwindling on every possession. So you can see goes in, gets a finger roll, and a kiss off the backboard, and she'll go to the free throw line for the three-point play.
Yeah, Holly Winterburn is just sensation in the open floor. Fantastic body control, took the contact, soft touch off the glass, and she's at the line for the bonus. But it's a close start. Vanessa Ellis will be reasonably happy. There is going to be some nerves. This London Lions team are really tough defensively, so they've just got to reduce the turnovers.
She's got to be a little bit concerned about the turnovers, as you mentioned right there, because they started the game off on a positive note, but now they're choking under a bit of pressure here. As Gale fakes the pass, goes in, gets rejected. Kiki Harrigan says, take that one back to Yorkshire and have a little bit of a Yorkshire pudding with that.
Wow. Well, Gale just at full speed, but watch this.
Get out of here. Kiki's audition now for the GB volleyball team. Nail it out. Pick and roll here with Murphy. Murphy going in, fang roll again. Beautiful play.
Wow.
From the American.
And she's the leading rebounder in this league in the WBBL, but just showing she's missed a couple of easy ones early on. That time, probably the toughest move she's had to make. Left hand, underhand, gets it to go.
Again, another simple pick and roll action there from the B. Braun Hatters. Again, it was beautifully executed. Murphy, as I mentioned, they want to get her a lot of touches inside the paint because when she gets going, it could be a bit of a problem for the front court of the London Lions.
Yeah, that's totally agree. And Holly Winterburn, again, just showing why she's one of the top players. But her and Georgia Gale really leading both teams as we look at some of the stats.
Well, Sheffield already, the B. Braun Hatters, they're known 1 3-point field goal already, but 5 of 10 from the field. Lions 6 for 9 from within inside the rainbow. Maybe just a little bit of confidence is needed in their offense.
Yeah, they've got to trust it. They've got to trust. They're one of the top teams in this league, Sheffield Hatters, and they've just got to take care of the basketball, keep it away. They've got some real length. We've just seen that great block from Kiki Herbert Harrigan. If she's anywhere near, you've got to be really careful. And Holly Winterburn again, 5 points, 2 assists, and a rebound. She just does it all. Triple-double last week, and she didn't get get MVP because of Kiki Harrigan's incredible scoring play last week.
Well, she's got to come ready to play. That's what you're always going to know with Kiki Harrigan. She is just a warrior. Every game she competes. At the moment now, Lions still trailing by 1 point. Trying to retake the lead here. Holly now spots up from the perimeter. Takes the three off the backboard. Can't get it. Joseph with the offensive rebound. Lions now with another chance. Holly trying to fake the screen. Going down the middle. Splitting down the defense. Goes in. Draws another foul. She'll go back to the free throw line again. Positive play from the Lions.
Yeah, again, downhill, attacking the basket, crossing over, just weaving her way to the basket, and she can finish with either hand, so she's an absolute nightmare to try and anticipate what she's going to do each time she goes downhill.
Well, Holly, of course, formerly of the Leicester Riders, now really has made herself into a household name here for women's basketball. I'd say basketball for a whole here in the United Kingdom. She's arguably one of the very best British talents we have here on the planet.
Yeah, she's leading this team in assist. She had a huge window along with Georgia Gale in the Eurobasket against Estonia, and especially against Portugal, where both those players were superb, as were the whole of the GB team. But yeah, she's just all-court player. She's a walking triple-double almost.
Cincinnati reached out. Lions don't want to commit another foul here. Don't want to send Sheffield to the free throw line. Jones now dribbling into traffic, turning it over. Make that turnover number 5 here in the first quarter. Lions with a 1 point lead, just over 4 minutes. Winterburn leading the charge here on the offense. Shanice Beckford-Norton just checking into the game now. Throws it right away as Gale comes up with it. Looking to pull up for a three-pointer. Takes it, fires it, nails it. Georgia Gale has come ready to play. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
No, the whole of her family are involved in basketball and in Sheffield Hatters basketball, men and women, and she's just playing off instinct. That's a really hard push on the dribble and then just elevated and knocked the three down right in front of us, Josh.
Well, I say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Garnet, if you're watching, you are one hell of a player, but I think Georgia might have a step on you from the perimeter. Garnet Gale, her father, one of the greatest in the BBL history for the Sheffield Sharks. Today you can see Shaquilla Joseph taking it right to the rack.
Yeah, nice move. Mix it up, inside, outside, and again that pass is errant from the Hatters.
A bit of an overzealous play there in transition from the Hatters. Again, need to play with composure. Lions looking to capitalize. Cincinnati drawing the foul. And that's the last team foul for the Hatters here in the first quarter with 3:21 to go.
And again, just a quick pass inside, creating space for the bigs to operate, and a quick foul for the Hatters.
Again, they can't afford to pick up too many silly fouls. They want to try and maintain the pressure as much as possible going into the second quarter. Tie game in the moment. Lions can retake the lead. Winterburn now step back, long two, takes it, nails it. That's tough.
That's tough for Hannah Shaw to step out. She's having a solid season, but not having to step out and try and guard a three-point shot.
Well, Shaw looking to get the isolation low block, didn't capitalize. It's going to be a sideline ball to the Hatters.
Now the Hatters have got to be careful. They've got young Charlie Rowan, 18 years old, another young product.
Composure is the key here for the Hatters. Remember, to compete with the Lions, another foul is going to be called.
14, please. 14 on the shot clock, please.
Oh, no foul call. Just I thought they were going to call a foul there against Shanice Beckford-Norton, but it's going to be a reset of the shot clock to 14 seconds. Possession back to the Braun Hatters. Naylor getting a handoff with Gale. Gale being heavily defended by Beckford-Norton. They go for another three. Three is up, short to the left. Nobody going in for an offensive rebound. Now the Lions can push this. Trying to go with the backdoor play. Right idea there, but again, very well defended by Helen Naylor. She anticipated Holly Winterburn was going to go right to the rack.
Yeah, that was smart play. She just stayed inside Holly Winterburn's run there and was able to stop her getting hold of the ball. But
well, you can see so far both teams with 5 turnovers apiece. But again, you got to credit Sheffield's defense, as we mentioned. That's the leadership you're going to get from Helen Naylor. Very composed, but also very mindful of what's going on. But again, that's turnover number 6. It's now Shaquilla transition. She's going to lay this one up and give the Lions a 4-point lead. Now,
yeah.
Ellis calls timeout.
Yeah, that's really tough on Charlie Roll. A good young talent, but she's just got to come into the game and try and relax, and that's easier said than done because London Lions are playing more and more on the front foot now. They're right into the flow of their game. Any small mistake by the Hatters is being punished down the other end.
What's as you said there? She's got to just try and calm herself down because Lions are one of those teams that if you make mistakes, they'll make you pay. You might get things right, of course, and they'll still make you pay. So the margin for error is just so small.
Yeah, absolutely, and they've got some really good defensive players as well as we look at some more of the stats. 9 fast break points for the Lions, just 3 for the Hatters, and 6 to 3 points from turnovers for London Lions. But they are going to be right on it. That's exactly how Coach Cassidy wants them to play. Shoot within 8 seconds, so 5 to 8 seconds, get a shot up, and just play defence on the front foot. But you've got to have the personnel to do that. So they have Murray, she's gone in foul trouble. Then they bring Vorpal off the bench, and also Beckford.
Well, there you can see 9 fast break points you mentioned from the Lions, also 6 coming from the turnovers. Just goes to show Sheffield cannot afford to turn the ball over anymore here tonight. Well, Campbell's come into the game. Probably going to play the power forward role here tonight. Shaw will play the center. She'll match up with Shaquila Jones. There's Georgia Gale. 8 points so far. 3 for 5 from the field, but Sheffield struggling to get the ball in the game. Now, when you take Georgia Gale out of the game, the composure in the backcourt kind of does disappear for the Hatters. Looking to throw down to Shaw. Shaw now under pressure, goes up, draws a foul. She'll go to the free throw line again. B-Born Hatters identifying where the bread and butter is, and it's in the low block at the moment.
Yeah, well, Hannah Shaw has good size. She can definitely compete with the bigs of London Lions, but I really like Charlie Rhoda. She played tough. She was getting defended really closely by Shanice Beckford Norton, and she just stood up to her and made a nice pass inside.
Shaw making the first free throw, cutting it down to a 3-point ball game. Can officially make this a 1 possession if she makes this one with 2:11 to go in the first quarter. Makes them both.
Yeah, Hannah Shaw, another GB veteran, former GB player, and having a solid season for the B-Braun Hatters.
Now you can see here Harrigan going all the way. Contact, draws it. She'll go to the free throw line. Strong move coming from Kiki Harrigan, the WNBA player.
Yeah, well, she's 6 foot plus. She can handle the ball. Nice spin dribble there to get open, and then the defense just gets there too late. But the numbers that she's putting up and the way she does it, Josh, she just eases her way through the game, plays within herself, and at the end of the game, she'll have around 20 to 30 points. It's just sensational what she can do.
I mean, we've seen her in the FIBA Women's Euro Cup, of course. She's the kind of player, it's really about confidence with her. Once she makes one shot, 2 shots, then it's all over at that point because you got to get the ball to her because she will take any shot on the floor, 3-point, mid-range, you name it, in the post. She becomes an absolute nightmare for any defense here in the WBBL.
And she's averaging nearly 20 points a game, leading all scorers for London Lions, and nearly 6 rebounds as well. So she's just all round, and you have her and Holly Winterburn just leading the charge.
The Lions come up with a steal again. Another costly turnover there for the Hatters. And taking Georgia Gale out of the game really does affect the backcourt. They need that composure now. Whitehouse trying to break down the full court press. She's back for Norton now. Suffocated defense. Back out to Whitehouse. Down to Shaw. Shaw goes to the turnaround. Jump shot again.
Yeah.
Veteran move there from Shaw.
Really nice turnaround on the baseline. Good patience again from the Hatters. Charlie Rowe really growing into this game, Josh.
Again, just needs to be a bit of stability when Georgia Gale is off the court. Kicks out the back for Norton now. She tries a deep one. The shot is up, no good. Rebound secured. Now the Hatters can try to push this. We'll find it Campbell. Campbell goes up. The foul has been drawn. She'll go to the free throw line. So Lions now committing the 7th team foul here in the first quarter.
Well, it's really aggressive, but that's a great break by the Hatters. Good decision by Charlie Roll, looking left but passing it right. And 2 more free throws for the Hatters. They're staying in touch. They're making a real game of this.
Well, Campbell just checking into the game here in the last few minutes, making the first free throw. Again, Sheffield will take a lot of confidence here in the first half. They can keep this to a 1-possession game going into the second quarter. Doesn't get the second one. 3-point ball game. Just over a minute now here in the first. Lions with the possession. Ty Battle just stopping into the game for Kiki Harrigan. Sheffield, no more fouls to give. Cincina looking for the pick and roll. Tough pass to battle. 6 in the shotgun, but turns it over. And again, both teams, a little bit of sloppy play here in the latter stages of the first quarter.
And they look a little bit out of sync at times, London Lions. The ball's getting caught and it's sticking a little bit. They play so much better when they're on the move as they catch the ball.
Lennon Yang now just helping out here in the backcourt. Lions don't want to commit another foul here. Remember, both teams. Hannah Shaw going for a spin out, turnaround. Again, draws another foul. Well, Graham, trigger happy right now, I'd say.
Hannah Shaw, well, she's just getting the space. They're just few issues, a few words being said between the players, and the Hatters are not stepping down. And this is how they got to be. And Hannah Shaw has come into the game and just doing what she does, playing, keeping within her role, keeping within her skill set. And she's at the line for another 2 free throws.
I'll justify it's a good move. It's a great move by Hannah Shaw. Take it in the paint, get a spin out. The call, though.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of contact.
My thing is this. If you call that call, you basically set the tone for the defense. It's going to be a very soft game off that. Defenders are going to be more reluctant to contest shots off that. We want this to be a very high tempo, very physical game.
Yeah, and we want it free flowing, but if say a lot of fouls called, then there'll be a lot of stoppages in the game. But Hannah Shaw's not going to worry about that. She's knocked down both free throws.
1-point ball game now. 6 seconds difference. Game clock and shot clock. Lions can try to build a little bit of daylight. Harrigan mid-range, and again, would you ever doubt Kiki Harrigan stepping up big time?
Yeah, just perfect fundamentals. Catch, square up, knocks it down.
Again, Shanice Beckford Norton has been called for heavy denial defense. Graham, a coach technical has been called. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot there, and again, Shanice Beckford Norton, that's the way she's going to play. She's going to get in the lane. She wants to disrupt you. And now Lions have just got to adjust the way they play. But we don't want stop-start the whole game. We want this to be a real spectacle for people that have turned up here at the Oaklands College in St Albans and watching it on the stream and around the world.
I'm lost for words. I'm truly lost for words right now. Because Shanice Beckford Norton's done everything a great coach would want to say to her player. Suffocating defense, denial.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what else.
And moving her
to
feet
do.
first.
Yeah,
she's playing feet first, which is the correct way. Yeah.
I'm not sure what else you're supposed to do there.
Well, let's see if Sheffield Hatters can make the most of it. And Charlie Roll continuing her good start, and I think I'm really impressed with the way she's responded after initially fumbling a pass early in her minutes.
Well, Cassidy's been giving a final reminder there. And again, she's very heated, and I can understand why she's heated right now because, again, some decisions, as the great Rasheed Wallace would say, the bull don't lie.
Yeah.
Well, 6 seconds down. Holly now finding Kiki, turns it over. Now 1.7 seconds left. Sheffield can try to muster something up here. Lions don't want to foul it, don't want to send him back to the free throw line. Yang now doesn't attempt to shoot the ball, and at the end of the first quarter, Lions hold on to a slender 2-point leader against the Sheffield Braun Hatters.
Yeah, it's an interesting game, and we've talked about the officiating and how tight they're calling it, but Lions with just a 2-point lead, they look a little bit out of sync at times when they're playing in the flow, and the likes of Holly Winterburn are pulling the strings, they look unstoppable. But Sheffield Hatters, behind Hannah Shaw, are finding ways to stay with the pride. And as we see some of the highlights, that was a lovely play from Azania Stewart. You say that she's looking to retire, but she can still play at this level for sure.
She won't retire, trust me. She'll be on the beach, loving life.
Yeah.
For about 2 weeks, she'll be like, you know what, I want to come back and play. Azania Stewart, stop kidding everybody. You're coming back. You're not retiring.
But she still knows how to operate a pick and roll, and Holly Winterburn showing us that, and that's where Hannah Shaw had to come out, and that's not where she wants to defend, and Holly Winterburn quickly identifying that. Then it was another turnover, easy layup, no contest there for Shaquila Joseph. She had a couple of nice plays as well, and then Hannah Shaw trips to the free throw line. Well, if you're not going to foul me, I'm just knocked down the short jump shot.
Well, Hannah Shaw, of course, has been a saving factor here in the low block for the Sheffield Hatters. But Kiki Harrigan's mid-range.
Yeah,
That's sweet chin music. I mean, she is just simply automatic from the mid-range.
Yeah, and then just looking at that play, it's worth a second look for anyone who wants to work out how to play the different types of pick and roll. But the spacing was so nice there, they can't guard both players. And Azania just kept rolling to the bucket.
Well, there you can see Kiki Harrigan with 10 points so far. Shaquila Joseph with 3 rebounds. Holly with 4 assists. And also with 2 steals for that matter. She could possibly, maybe, end with a quadruple double. No one put it past her.
No, she's the ceiling is very high for Holly Winterburn, and she showed it. She shows it against all teams, not just the top teams. Any team that's in front of her, she wants to have a big game. And there's the game leaders for the Hatters. Georgia Gale, we've talked about her a lot. She's got to come back in the game now, but she is, and continue to lead this team.
Well, when she left the game, of course, it left Braun Hatters a bit vulnerable in the backcourt. Of course, they've been able to adapt without it now. Murphy's back in the game. She also has 2 fouls. She had to leave the game in the early moments. Lions don't want to get into foul trouble early on here. Gale now in the backcourt. Trying to get something going here with Whitehouse. Lions defending, denying very hard off the ball. Yang looking for Murphy. Murphy trying to keep it alive. Murphy goes in, draws a contact, and she'll go back to the free throw line. And Cassidy clearly unimpressed with the decision.
Again, it's a quick pass inside. Carly Murphy's around that 6 foot height, 17.8 points a game, 13.7 rebounds a game. I mean, it's just incredible. And she's had 17 rebound games as well recently for this ball club. We haven't seen the best of her yet, but if she can get into a rhythm, I think she's going to cause London Lions everything they can handle.
But what she did so well in the previous play, she cements position in the low block. As soon as she gets in the low post, it just becomes a problem for the defense. And she's so good at getting to the basket, initiating that contact. That's why she's one of the best in the WBBL. Murphy now coming off a double screen. Finding Cincina. She can make these wide open for the 3. Doesn't get it. An offensive rebound. Cincina will try from 18 feet this time. Again, can't get it. The rebound secured. And now the Hatters can retake the lead. Gale trying to push this one. Got it heavily by Holly Winterburn. Picks up a dribble. Finding Campbell. Murphy now going all the way. Draws another foul. Traveling violation. Well, solid defense from Holly Winterburn.
Yeah, great job by Holly. Staying with Murphy the whole time, and then almost just took the chair away as Murphy started to lose balance, and that's really smart by Holly Winterburn, just showing another aspect of her game.
Well, shout out to John Yardley and Karen Melton, both saying go Hatters. Sheffield fans already taking over the YouTube stream here. Welcome. Semi-final game here. The winner will go on to the final. Murphy coming off one screen, finding Kiki. Kiki going all the way, tries to go off the backboard, doesn't get it. Murphy with the rebounds. Now Hatters again, another chance to retake the lead. Murphy trying to go for a spin out now. Finding Yang under the basket. The Hatters, again, retake it by 1 possession.
Great pass by Murphy. She was starting to fall over again, but she had the presence of mind to make that bounce pass to Lennon Yang.
Gale matching up here with Winterburn. Holly drawing the foul against Campbell. Blocking foul called. That's much better there from the Lions. Coming off the ball screen more aggressively. Helen Naylor checking back in for the Braun Hatters.
Yeah, they're much more in the flow there, and that's when they're really difficult to guard, when the ball doesn't stick.
Sideline ball to the Lions. Holly Winterburn will inbound this. Murphy, Harrigan, Ty Battle, and Chantel Charles all on the floor for the Pride. Winterburn now looking to use the ball screen. Trying to go baseline, pulls up mid-range, takes it, doesn't get it. Chantel with the offensive rebounds. That's been quite a few here for the Lions. Maybe one of the problems the Hatters might have in the long run. Chantel Charles wide open, she'll take it. Danny Desmond, are you watching? Because Donna Chantel lighting it up for the perimeter.
That was a great misdirection pass from Holly Winterburn. All the defense were thinking she's going centre or left, and she just kicked it straight back to Chantel Charles. Really pleased for Chantel because she's a tough defensive player. And it's nice to get some threes up and knock it down, nothing but net.
Chantel giving the London Lions a 1-point lead here. 2 minutes played so far in the second quarter. These two teams locked in at the moment. Lions are more offensive rebounds. Sheffield playing good basketball, playing with confidence. Gale now trying to find Murphy. There's the post up. Double team coming. Murphy goes in, teardrop, doesn't get the roll there. Nobody going in for an offensive rebound.
Yeah, she's certainly got her own way of making those moves. Quite a low arm on the release.
Big roll now, Battle going in, bit of contact, draws it, doesn't get the and one, but she'll go to the free throw line. Lions looking very aggressive every time they go to a pick and roll action. Arguing with the referees saying, why don't we get the same calls?
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Foul on that. That'd be Whitehouse. But yeah, that pick and roll again, so smooth. Great spacing, and it's being explained to Coach Vanessa, who's played for a number of years for Hatters. Such a successful player herself and hard-nosed.
She's part of the DNA of the Sheffield Braun Hatters. And again, we've got to give a shout out to Troy Vasco. Finally, we have a Lions fan in the live chat. So far, 2-1 here. John Yardley, Karen Melton saying go Hatters. Lions getting an offensive rebound, going back to the charity stripe. Well, Lions fans, Sheffield Braun Hatters fans, where are you? Let yourself known so we can give you a shout out.
Yeah, again, another part of Kiki Harrigan's game is rebounding. She just took that offensive rebound.
This could be a problem, though, for the Sheffield Braun Hatters, because if they give up too many second chances for the Lions, that could be the decisive factor in this game.
Well, they got away with that second free throw, but it's
another turnover there again. Sheffield choking it under the intense pressure from the Pride. Lions leading by 3 points now. Can make this 2 possessions. Battle going down the middle. Trying to go up against again. Simply unstoppable.
Yeah, Ty Battle dribbled it all the way inside and just shot over the defense.
Whitehouse trying to go in. Draws a contact. That's a good call by the official. Got to agree with that one because, you know, at that point, Holly Winsberg did everything right. As soon as she brought her hands down, trying to contest a shot, that's where the foul was always going to be called.
Yeah, I mean, Winterburn just relentlessly pursuing Whitehouse, but she's just jumped a touch early, and Whitehouse took the contact.
Whitehouse now going to the free throw line here. Can try to cut this down to a 3-point ball game. Sheffield doing a very good job getting to the charity stripe. And already Lions with 2 team fouls. Sheffield with 3 at the moment, but Azania Stewart going to check back into the game for the Pride. Well, Desmond Charles, man like Desmond, the greatest fan in British basketball. Hope you're well, brother. 4-point ball game, 7 minutes to go. And a holding foul under the basket. Well, that's going to be a baseline ball to the Lions, I believe.
Both teams have had success. As soon as they go inside into the paint, it's causing trouble for the defense. And that's where a lot of the fouls are coming. And Sheffield Hatters are going to have to react it.
Well, Queen Azania has checked back into the game for the Lions. She'll match up with Murphy in the low block, so both teams going relatively with size here at the moment. Naylor playing power forward for the Hatters. Switching on all screens. Finding Chantel Charles. Winsberg trying to go backdoor, finding Murphy. Murphy running circles now. Chantel with a kick out, finding Kiki. 2 seconds left. Puts up a prayer, doesn't get it. That's going to be a 24-second violation.
Again, they just looked a little bit out of sync there. Taylor Murray had to work so hard just to try and get possession off that inbound. So good defense from the Hatters.
Well, Hatters need to build their confidence here on offense. Need to get something good. Lennon Yang now coming off one ball screen. Looking to attack, goes in. Tries to go off the backboard, can't get it. Murphy, the offensive rebound. She'll go back up. Still can't capitalize. Naylor, she'll try again. Well, 3 attempts there. Sheffield failing to get something to drop. And now Holly will try to push this. Just over 6 minutes now. Lions lead by 4. Holly goes in. Little jump again. Gets it to drop.
Yeah, just goes to play big player. Just takes the defense down into the post and finishes with a nice touch. But up the other end, Hatters have got to make one of those offensive putbacks. if they want to stay with the Lions.
6-point ball game now. Biggest lead of the game for the Lions. And Murphy doesn't take many three-pointers. And again, it's a good look, but she can't make it. Murphy tries to push this one. Pulls off in the mid-range. Uncontested. Can't get it. Another offensive rebound for the Lions. Holly now splits the defense, goes in. Again, she has taken this game over and forces Vanessa Ellis to call timeout.
Yeah, London Lions starting to put the foot down now, and some issues being caused for Sheffield Hatters, but Holly Winterburn just attacking the basket however she needs to get there, whatever sort of move, whatever footwork, she's got all the answers.
Well, momentarily we will show you some stats from this game, but one stat that's really been emphatic here for the Lions, the offensive boards, they have simply dominated that from both ends of the floor, defensive and offensive rebounds.
Yeah, five offensive rebounds, but it's what they're doing with those rebounds. Sheffield Hatters have had 4, but they just can't seem to get the ball in the basket. The reaction from London Lions has been good once the rebounds have been caught.
Well, there you can see the moment. 2 3-point field goals coming from the Hatters, 2 for 4 from the perimeter, but 15 field goals with inside the rainbow for the Lions. Just goes to show very, very effective team with inside the low block.
Yeah, and Lions, they can just hurt you in so many ways. Just as you say, 1 of 6 from behind the arc, but they've got a lot of post play. Whether it's Joseph, Azania Stewart, Harrigan can go inside. We've seen Winterburn get really deep in the paint, and it's causing all sorts of issues on the defense. And there's the points split there, Josh. 28-22 for the starters, 10-8 for the bench. So it's good to see the players coming off the bench and contributing. Hannah Shaw stood out for us in this first half so far. They're going to need more of that and some to hang with this London Lions team.
Well, that will do them a lot of confidence, of course. Sheffield Hatters, many teams play against the Lions, don't necessarily have the same amount of depth, the amount of players in the lineup that can do the damage on the floor, but that's something that they can take a lot of confidence going into the second half, I suppose, but at the moment, they need something because they're trailing by 8 points. They don't want this to be a double-digit lead. Georgia now looking to attack. Again, had the drive there, but picked up a dribble. Murphy goes in again. Simply too strong.
Yeah, that's much better from Carly Murphy. Quick attack and drops it over the front of the hoop.
Well, Murphy for the Lions now, trying to orchestrate something in the backcourt. Gail matching up here with Kiki Harrigan. Offensive board coming from Queen Azania. And that's been the story of the night here. Every second chance falling for the Pride.
Yeah, again, big offensive rebound. Left-hand finish for Azania Stewart. Beautiful to watch.
Well, shout out to Louise Cheatham, of course, cheering for the Sheffield Hatters. Yang goes in. Nobody following up. Lions can make this double digits. Winterburn down the middle. Again, should have gone for the layup. Trying to find Kiki Harrigan. Another turnover here for the Lions.
They're just not on the same page there, and that's a couple of times now that Winterburn's made the pass to Kiki Harrigan. It just hasn't come off, and they need to be on the same page. They need to be really closely connected. Just not quite happening at the moment.
4:30 to go here in the second quarter. Lions lead by 8 points. Sheffield with another chance to chip into the deficit. Good defense from Holly Winterburn. Finding Murphy. Murphy trying to post up here. Finding Naylor on the cut. Naylor goes in. Gets it to drop. Hustle points working here for the Braun Hatters.
Yeah, Helen Naylor, a bit of old school. Just a handoff from Murphy. Perfect finish at the hoop.
Sheffield trying to hang in there. Lions trying to build on. Again, another pick and roll. Beautiful dive coming from Holly Winterburn.
It's just poetry in motion. Azania Stewart again with the finish.
Gail flying under the basket again. The Hatters going in. They got to finish that one. That is BEA beautiful basketball from the Mad Hatters.
Yeah, good response. Back and forth we go, and that's how Hatters have got to be. Now they need to stop desperately.
Well, Lions got to go back to the pick and roll action with Azania Stewart. That's what they're going to go to here. Holly coming off the ball screen. Georgia Gale switching. Holly penetrates, goes in. Left-handed Fangirl can't get it. Hatters come up with a rebound. Now they can cut this down to two possessions possibly. Trying to patiently build up there. Over 3 minutes in the second quarter. Finding Naylor. Naylor catches it, gets it to drop. And all of a sudden, confidence brewing with the Sheffield Braun Hatters.
Yeah, no, there's no connection there, no talking at all between London Lions' interior defence. Azania Stewart just couldn't react quick enough. In fact, she's looking away from the ball. That's really unlike Zania. But the communication should be, hey, we got trouble underneath. And then the Zania would have been there. But Sheffield Hatters making the most of that breakdown in defence for the London Lions.
You got to love Helen Naylor's game right now, acting as the veteran, the chief. Chief Naylor making some big buckets so far here. Legacy both teams with 9 and 8 turnovers. But again, look at that. Sheffield Hatters have 2 more assists than the Lions. It's the old saying, the old cliche, sharing is caring.
Yeah, and they have to care for each other to try and stand up to this London Lions team. But as she did last weekend, Helen Naylor, she took over the game at the start against Cardiff and they never looked back. And she's just doing what she has to do. Really nice handoff out of the post for her, and then she just rolls to the basket. And this is where both teams have had really good success, as we see Helen Naylor's numbers, Josh. As soon as they attack the front of the rim, the defence is in trouble. And Helen Naylor, 7 points, and very efficient as always. And she is Sheffield Hatters through and through, just like the Ellis family and the Gale family.
Well, she is the chief here tonight, really stepping up, showing her leadership. Georgia Gale, arguably the franchise player for the Braun Hatters. At the moment, London Lions, they got to get something a little bit more here with Zania Stewart because, in and around the basket, she's probably the most effective player here in the WBBL. Keep running that pick and roll. Keep getting the switches on defense. Get Queen Zania going in the low block. Murphy coming off one ball screen now. Good recovery from the Hatters. Good ball movement. Cincina, she'll spot up for 3. 3 is up. No good. Full power with the offensive board. She'll go up. No foul calls. Again, good hustle from the Lions. Just want to keep the possession. A little bit more hungry. Warpow, corner, takes it, fires. Still can't get it. Another offensive ball, but again, Sheffield Hatters killing themselves.
Yeah, you've got to box out. Zania is so long, and her anticipation's good, and what a pass to Vorpal.
Well, it's almost like Sheffield Hatters have had a box of donuts. They've had the final one, but nobody's calling box out at the moment. Gale now kicking this one out. There's the pump fake. Step back. 3 is up. 3 is good.
Wow.
Making it a ball game.
Big time move by Charlie Rowe. She put up massive numbers in the EABL for Manchester Mystics, and we're seeing some of that now in the WBBL team.
Backdoor finding Cincina. Again, textbook play there. Somebody call the police. Missing person reported here. No help side defense from the Hatters.
It's just a fantastic play. And Cincina struggled a little bit from the outside, so she goes to the hoop to score.
Well, Niang tries a deep throw again. A bit of an overzealous attempt there. You kind of like the way the Hatters were playing before that, but that's a bit of a rush attempt.
Yeah, you've got to stick within your skill set and stick with what's been working. But the adjustments made by London Lions, they filled up the middle of the floor a little bit, inviting Hatters to shoot the 3.
I mean, Lily Niang is a fantastic player. She gets to the basket when she wants. She's going to be more effective getting to the free throw line than taking perimeter shots here for the Hatters. Back to a 6-point ball game. Warpow now curls a screen. This shot finding Ty Battle. Turning around, drawing it. Doesn't get the and one. But we'll go back to the free throw line and potential chance to make this an 8-point ball game.
Again, strong move from Battle. And just overmatched underneath there. And she's going to go to the line for 2 shots. She just couldn't get it to go over the front of the hoop.
Battle makes the first free throw. 1:30 to go. Lions will try to make this a double-digit lead going into the halftime interval. Trying to give themselves a bit of breathing light between them and the Braun Hatters. Rowe now hesitates. Goes up, and again, another foul has been drawn, so she will go to the free throw line.
Well, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Really impressed with the way Charlie Rowe's playing. And just too many fouls happening here with the Hatters, but they had the early warning, Josh, that the referees were going to call it really tight. And if any time the Sheffield Hatters have attacked the basket, they've been able to reap rewards and get to the free throw line. And Charlie's doing a good job, just 18 years old.
Well, 18 years old, playing here in the WBL, playing with confidence, doesn't make the second free throw. 7-point ball game. Lions can possibly, maybe, if they are patient enough, go for a 2 for 1, but it may be a little bit too much time there. Murphy goes up. Murphy again goes in with the finger roll. The Ice Woman. Unbelievable play there by Taylor Murphy. 9-point ball game. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Gale now kicking out to the Chief. Chief for three, takes it, doesn't get it. That's a good look, could have got it down to a 6-point ball game. Gale gets interception, good anticipation. On Helen Naylor, back to Niang. Niang gets fouled. That's a fourth team foul. Not a bad foul there by Katsarina Cincina.
Yeah, she's going to force Sheffield Hatters to have one more attempt to try and get to the free throw line for team fouls. But again, good interception and confidence by Gale, doing what she does best, and then they just moved it around.
Well, Vanessa Ellis is trying to say that she was into her motion of trying to shoot the ball, but I think that's a good call by the officials. The foul was clearly on the ground. Well, Gale goes in, gets a teardrop. Maybe a 2-for-1 here for the Hatters. Cincina just keeping that one alive here. 5 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. Battle trying to take on Hannah Shaw. Battle goes in, draws a contact, count it, and she goes to the free throw line. Ty has come ready for battle.
Yeah, that's just a great move. She spun Hannah Shaw one way, then the next, and then just extended on the step through. That's just great patience. You don't have to rush your shot. She's got time. Little step through, left, then right, and she separated from Shaw, and correct score. Correct. Cool.
Chantel Charles coming back into the game. Super fan at home, Daddy Desmond, watching Super Chantel play at the moment. She has one three-pointer. Ty Battle with a chance to make this a 10-point ball game. Makes the free throw. Double-digit lead here for the Pride. Holly Winterburn also coming back in for the Lions. Eight seconds out. Gale will try to get something here. Gale spins around, goes in, doesn't get it. Offensive board, Shaw goes up, and again, gets it right at the end of the first half. What a play by the Sheffield Hatters. Vanessa Ellis infuriated. She wants an and-one called there.
Well, I should think Stella is even more infuriated to force Georgia Gale into quite a tough shot, and then they don't get the defensive rebound, no box out, and it's that lady again, Hannah Shaw. Josh, she has been a difference maker, and it's under 10 points. Sheffield Hatters very much still in this.
Well, Taylor Murray, of course, has been a big difference in the backcourt for the Lions. When she picked up 2 early fouls, she had to go to the bench, but she plays a different tempo. Now you can see the point scoring, of course, 6 points difference here in the second quarter. Credit to the Hatters. Hatters have to build their confidence going into the second half here. That's a huge play at the end of the second quarter for them.
Yeah, that keeps the momentum going. They're going to be upbeat. They've just got to be upbeat going into the changing rooms here at Oakland Sports Zone. They know they can compete. They've just got to make their shots, take their chances, and play loose.
Well, we'll show you some stats here from the first half, but as it stands, Lions leading by 8 points, winning the first quarter by 2, winning the second by 6 points. Here are some of the key highlights. Murphy there taking in the low block. The Lions looking very different when they have Taylor Murray in the game in the backcourt.
Yeah, well, Taylor Murray's is just so good on defense, but Azania Stewart just showing how to run a pick and roll, finishing left hand, right hand, offensive rebounds, 6 points for her, 3 rebounds, and she's just a steadying influence for this London Lions team. But there's one young lady really impressed with, Charlie Rowe. She's just knocked down that 3, got to the free throw line, and handled the ball very well against, at times, suffocating defense from London Lions.
Charlie Rowe hitting a big three-pointer, as you mentioned, a young prospect for the future of WBBL basketball. Well, here are some of the stats from the game at the moment. Lions with only 1 3-point field goal, 1 for 8. Sheffield shooting 2 for 6, 13 field goals with inside, but 20 for the Lions. The rebounds, that has been the key difference in this game. 24-12, I mean, that just says it all.
Yeah, it's going to make a difference, and it's what they're doing with those rebounds. And the top scorers, again, Winterburn, Harrigan leading the way, battle with some good play down the stretch there, giving them another option, the Lions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, go get a drink, go get something to eat. Don't go anywhere too long. We'll be back momentarily. We're going to leave you with the February top 10 plays here. We'll see you soon.
For too long, the old guard has held court. Their rules, their terms, their arena. But what happens when you take something from the streets, of the streets, and put it on display for the world to see? The tide starts to shift. The energy feels different. The people take notice. It's art in its rawest form. Staccato, free-flowing, oh so pretty, and downright ugly. It doesn't just represent the people, it flows through them. It lets the old guard know exactly who's next, and resets the stage for something new. This is street art, showing all season.
Now Lions have number 4-on-2 here. She's back for Norton. Goes all the way, draws the foul, gets the and one, and she'll go to the charity stripe.
Winterburn goes left. Underneath, drop-off pass. And look at that from Taylor Murray. All-star 5, and that's all-star effort from London Lions 24, and a smile.
Come on, Gladiators. Lions fans. Bartek Lukasz, courtside, goes in. Oh my goodness! Kiki Harrigan said, no in mi casa. Get out of here. Gladiators with a 5-point lead. Adams now heavily guarded here by Holly. Goes in. What a rejection! Holly said, not in my house. Take that one back to Scotland.
For attention. This is getting tough now for Gladiators. Hand is back in the game.
Harrigan now looking to post up here, trying to bully away to the basket. Goes up and gets the one. And Kiki is just going to work.
Good protections. Just great touch. And she gets the steal off the deflection from Cincina and Beckford Norton. They're outrunning, outplaying. Murray. They've got time. Winterburn knocks it down from the corner. The smiles, the fist pump, and just fabulous transition play from London Lions.
Welcome to the British Basketball League. Teams up and down the country compete against each other to be crowned British Basketball League champions. We're here to break it down for you, so let's get to it. Each team can have 5 players on the court at any one time, but can sub players on and off throughout the match. Players can shoot for 2 points by attempting a shot from within the 3-point line, or go for 3 points by shooting outside the 3-point line. Free throws are worth 1 point each, and these are shot from the free throw line. Each basketball game is made up of 4 10-minute quarters and can never end in a draw. If the teams are equal on points at the final whistle, we go to overtime. Any fouls or violation of the rules results in possession of the ball being turned over to the opposing team. The attacking team has 24 seconds to take a shot, otherwise a shot clock violation will occur. Once the offensive team crosses the center court line, they cannot go back into their own half. Doing so will result in a backcourt violation. To move the ball around the court, players can pass or dribble. And if a player stops dribbling, they can't just start up again. Doing so would result in a double dribble violation. Traveling is another violation that could see your team turn over possession. This happens when players move with the ball but without dribbling. The only exceptions to this are pivoting with the ball upon possession or taking 2 steps after dribbling. Now lace up your sneakers, take to the court, or come join us in the crowd. This is the British Basketball League. Know our name.
I'm Holly Winterburn, I'm a shooting guard and I play for the London Lions. I think I've always had like an all-round style of game, but I think I've really learned last year to like refine each individual skill. Learning more details, learning how to really get open on offense when you're guarded, shoot the ball at a higher percentage, how you have to play defense at that next level. I'm still young, so I've got so many years left, but if I can just keep adding 1% every single year, then I'll be in a good place in a few years. I think my strengths offensively are being able to score in multiple ways. That's something I worked on a lot over the summer. Being able to score off the dribble, off the cut, off the catch and shoot, just trying to affect the offense in every single way possible. I think I just work really well with people on my team like Kennedy and Kiki and Kat and Z. If the game's on the line and I've got the ball, I'm taking the shot every time. In terms of composure in the last second shot, I think you just got to remember that the basket's the exact same distance and there's still 10 players on the court than there is in the first quarter. So I think just playing every moment like it's the same and not really putting pressure on yourself in that moment. Obviously, you have to, if you need a 3 with 2 seconds left, it's a different type of shot. Make it as normal as possible. And also you've got your teammates around you that are supporting you and they believe in you. I know I'm still young, but my role now is to be the go-to person for whatever the team may need, whether that's points, whether that's leadership, whether that's rebound. Just embracing that role of I've got to be ready every single moment, every single day. No days off. Got to keep my attitude and my professionalism in check all the time. I think it's a really big challenge for me, but it's one that I'm so happy to have been given, and I'm just going to try and do my best in every moment and give back to the club what they're giving to me. I guess there's pressure in a sense to perform to the best I can be, and I hold myself to a high standard, but I don't feel the pressure of other people. I think just keeping myself to a high standard and just making sure I do the right things and put the preparation and the reps in place, and I think I'll be fine. The pressure on the win streak's a funny one because obviously as a competitive person I want to keep it going for as long as possible. I don't want to lose a game ever. But if you look at the bigger picture, we want other teams to beat us because that means the level of British basketball is growing. If we lose because we played bad, then I'm going to be angry. But if we lose because the other team were better, then it shows we're going in the right direction. But I still don't see us losing this season.
I'm Kiki and I'm a forward for the London Lions. I attended the University of South Carolina. It was an incredible 4 years. Won a national championship my freshman year. Winning an NCAA championship so early in my college career gave me a lot of confidence because it showed me how much hard work and dedication it takes, to get to that winning level. I was fortunate to play with a lot of great players throughout my years at South Carolina, and I mean, you know, the older players always showed me how to lead, so I feel like that's something that has helped me a lot during that championship run. My senior year, got drafted first round 6th pick to the WNBA, so overall my college experience was great. Being a first round draft pick, I feel like it is a lot of pressure, you know, especially to start off your pro career, but I feel like as long as you're true to who you are and confident in yourself, you know, you don't really pay attention to the pressure as much. My strengths on the court is I can shoot the ball very well, I can put the ball on the floor, love playing defense, and I feel like I'm a great shot blocker. So Mad Kiki came about my senior year in college. I guess I'm a really aggressive player on the court, especially like when I block shots. That gets me very hyped, so you guys will definitely meet Mad Kiki this season. The women's game has evolved tremendously throughout my career. I'm seeing girls in middle school dunking now. Seeing stuff like that gives us, like, you know, a lot of hope for the future. My motivation and my drive comes from, I come from a very small island, you know, moved to the United States when I was young, and just knowing that it's a lot of kids, especially back home, that look up to me and that hasn't had the opportunity, but just to let them know that no matter where you come from, you can still make it. I think it's very important for younger girls to have aspirational women role models in sports, just so they can know that, you know, it's possible and to dream big and to keep working hard and your dreams can come true. Previously, within the last year, my motivation shifted a little bit more. I had a son a year ago, not having, you know, other little kids look up to me anymore. I have one of my own looking up to me. So I mean, I feel like that's kind of shifted my motivation a little bit. Being a mom and being an athlete is very challenging at times, but if you have a bad day on the court or whatever it may be, and you go home and see your little one, I feel like that kind of just brightens up your day. I have a very great support system. So for me, it hasn't, I mean, you know, it gets tough, but for me, it hasn't been too much, you know, that I can't handle because I have a great support system behind me. I'm very excited to join a team that has this long, ongoing winning streak. I feel like we can add tremendously to that, so just to continue winning. I don't feel much pressure to that because I know the work that we put in. We're just looking forward to continuing that streak.
Welcome back, Basel fans, to the WBBL semi-finals here between the London Lions and the Sheffield Braun Hatters. Well, hi everybody, I'm your commentator Josh Bett alongside Phoebe Eurobasket commentator back in Tbilisi.
Yes.
Graham Hiscock. Graham, one thing that's been the deciding factor this game has been the offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and London Lions, it's what they do with those offensive rebounds. We've seen an assist from Azania Stewart and putbacks. Sheffield Hatters have had some success, but Sheffield Hatters have got to keep London Lions off the offensive glass.
Lions now with the first possession, leading by 8 points. Remember, Sheffield got the final bucket due to Hannah Shaw. At the end of the first half, battle going in. Good defense by Gale. Lennon Niang comes over it. Hatters trying to battle back here. Winehouse in the corner, throwing it down here to Murphy. Murphy spinning, going in with a little jumper. Again, cutting it down to a 6-point ball game.
Really like it when they get the ball into Murphy early. The defense of the Lions is not set and she goes to work. Nice finish.
Taylor Murray here in the backcourt for the Lions. Harrigan look for a post-up, gets caught a double team. Again, finding Murray. Murray goes in mid-range. Again, beautiful assist coming from Kiki Harrigan. Winehouse looking to kick out to Niang. Niang looking to attack the basket, goes in, no foul calls. That's a good move. The Lions almost turning it over, but again, Hatters failing to react. Once plays like that, the Sheffield Hatters need to take advantage of.
Yeah, ball was loose for a moment. They just couldn't get hold of it.
Winterburn kick it out to Taylor Murray. Murray going baseline, goes up, can't get it. Battle offensive rebound, put back, second chances. Dominated this game for the Lions.
And Ty just took off and grabbed that offensive rebound and finished quickly. Good start for the Lions.
The Lions going into an interesting zone defense here against the Hatters. Naylor kick it out to Whitehouse. 10 on the shot clock here for the Braun Hatters. Gale looking to attack. Contact floater goes in. Somehow, some way, gets the prayer to answer.
Yeah, that was fantastic by Georgia Gale.
Whitehouse now trying to, well, that's good deep, my nuts. Sorry, that's a good seal-off there by Holly Winterburn. Whitehouse going for the gamble. Still a double-digit lead here to Lions. Yang looking for Murphy. Murphy spinning, going in, drawing the contact. No foul, but the spin out. Murphy has come ready to play.
Yeah, and she's reading the double team as well. She saw it on the right-hand side. That's two moves identical that Carly Murphy's made, and it's good both times.
Well, Winterburn coming off one screen now, crossing over, looking for a dump down. Good help side by Whitehouse. Now, Hatters got to push this one. Finding the Chief. The Chief wide open, takes the three, doesn't get it. That's going to go out of, well, somehow kept it in bounds.
Yeah, good hustle by Holly Winterburn, and look at this.
Well, Cincina just silently runs in transition, gets a wide open layup.
Yeah, ball moves quicker through the pass than the dribble, for sure.
10-point ball game again here. Niang coming off one screen, finding Murphy. The foul has been drawn. That's going to be a holding foul against Katerina Cincina.
But you can see how the Sheffield Hatters are positioned. They'd lifted everybody up high, trying to isolate Carly Murphy, and Cincina was forced into that foul. There's the pick and the roll.
Sideline defense. Yang getting caught into trouble. Murphy looking to size up now. Goes into penetration again. This lady is simply unstoppable.
Yeah, one of Colorado State's finest. And Wisconsin as well, at a time in college, and then coming here, and she's showing why they've brought her to Sheffield.
These two teams just exchanging buckets right now. Winterburn down the middle, steps through, goes in, hits a front eye, gets her own rebound. And that's been the story of the game. Offensive rebound just keep happening here for the Lions.
Yeah, froze the defense, stepped through, missed it, and then got the offensive rebound.
You got to credit the way Sheffield's playing on offense. They're getting good buckets coming from Murphy in the low block, but again, what they're not able to do is secure any rebounds on the defensive end. That's been a problem here for them. Yang now looking to size up here, coming off a ball screen. Again, puts too much on it. Harrigan gets a steal, and it's going to be a foul called against Murphy. That's a very interesting one. Well, that's tough.
Yeah. I mean, Harrigan had possession. There didn't seem to be much contact, but foul called. They just overthrew the pass. They tried to go to the pick and roll again. Harrigan played smart, and she was right there as the ball came in.
Again, clever play by Kiki Harrigan on the defense. Murray coming off one screen now. Kicks out here to Chantel Charles. Harrigan goes in, uses the bank. The bank is open on Sunday.
That's such a tough move. Right in front of our commentary position. Right hand finish from the left off the glass. Under close attention too.
Georgia Gale now. Again, good pick and roll here with Hannah Shaw. Shaw using the backboard. Again, saying to Kiki Harrigan, anything you can do, I can just withdraw the same amount of money from the bank.
Yeah, nice job by Hannah Shaw again.
Well, Queen Azania goes up and the foul has been called. Again, the Hatters players astounded by where that call was made.
Yeah. Yes, the referee in front of us has made the call, but yeah, it was a foul. It was Hannah Shaw had got out of position there. Good job by Azania Stewart.
Well, 2 free throws now for the Queen. Makes the first one. Come on, Azania, don't retire. Don't do it.
Yeah, still shooting a good lick from the free throw line. Over 80%, Josh, and knocks both those down.
Don't
with
retire. Again, Hatters trying to push the tempo here. Whitehouse in the backcourt. Finding Lennon Yang now. Yang looking very dangerous every time she gets to the bucket. Pulls up in the mid-range, takes it. That's a good shot, but again, nobody going in for an offensive rebound. Harrigan wide open. She'll pull up for 3. 3 is up. 3 is easily tucked away by Kiki Harrigan.
Yeah, and once Kiki Harrigan's trailing the play, the spacing's good. They can't get out to her. Nothing but net from behind the arc.
15-point ball game here, the Lions. Gale got it by Murray. Murray now suffocated defense. Kick out there. Finds Chief Naylor. Pulls up from 18 feet, takes it. And again, a big response there by Helen Naylor, the Chief.
Yeah, she's got her own way of playing. I love the step through jump shot as well. She plays the game all her own way. Nice job.
Pick and pop play here with Xenia Stewart. Another foul is going to be drawn. That's going to be the third team foul here against the Braun Hatters.
Again, just two-player interaction on one side, all the other offensive players on the other side of the floor. And the Xenia Stewart, well, this time.
Well, big possession now for the Lions. 13-point lead to them. They built a substantial lead here. Credit to the Hatters. Well, Winterburn will inbound this. Holly on the way now, getting a switch on defense. Pulls up for a deep three. Three is up. Cash money coming from Holly Winterburn from downtown.
Yeah, they just took their time on that pick and roll. She stepped back and drained it.
We're looking for a handoff now. Gale trying to get a post up against Murray, but nothing coming of it. Hatters running out of ideas, finding Hannah Short. Good anticipation. And that's a foul there from Lennon Yang. It's turning at the referees to say that should be an unsportsmanlike foul.
Well, she wasn't. It wasn't really a play on the ball. She's reaching. She stopped moving her feet. She's there to just stop the fast break at the earliest opportunity. But
I agree with her. Yeah, because you watch a lot of FIBA Women's EuroLeague or FIBA Women's Eurocup, that would be upgraded.
Yeah, they would be straight to the screen, or the coach can challenge it. And
well, timeout now coming. These two teams want to talk it over, but the possession will be the Lions with 4:04 to go in the third quarter. 16-point lead to the London Lions. Again, running away with this one. Sheffield Braun Hatters. Their problem has been the rebounding on defense. They've allowed London to have too many second chances throughout this game, and that's what's affected them. Fast break points. Lions, Graham, that's what I said about the Lions. They will punish you whether you make mistakes or get it right. 16 transition points, but also, there's the big stat difference there. If you keep the Lions off the offensive rebound, it's a one-point ball game.
Yeah, and they will absolutely dominate you if you give them the chance, whether they're going to kick it back out for a three. But a lot of the time today, depending on who's rebounding it, they're just putting the ball straight back up. Xenia Stewart's done a great job, offensive rebounds plus the playing out of the pick and roll. They've got so many weapons, and when they're in full flow, very difficult to stop.
Well, Holly, of course, been the mainstay factor here on both ends of the floor. Defensively, she's been a nightmare, helping at all costs, coming up with a lot of steals. Already 20 points, 2 assists away from a double-double. That's just a regular day at the office for Holly Winterburn.
Yeah, and 6 rebounds, so we could be on triple-double watch yet again. She had a triple-double last week against Oakland Wolves at the Copper Box, which was just sensational, and she's heading that way again.
Well, the officials just telling the young fans to please hold the basketballs. Very common occurrence here at the Oaklands College. Young basketball fans trying to be like these wonderful players we have on the court at the moment. Taylor Murray in the backcourt. Kiki now trying to attack it, throws herself at it. The foul has been called. Well, I'm going to ask your opinion on that one.
Well, she's made the referees have to make a decision. Charlie Roller's got her hands in the cookie jar, and I think it's a foul. It's a good play by Kiki Harrigan.
You're going with a foul?
Sure.
I'm going to be very objective here. I want to say that was good defense. You and I, we can argue like that. We'll go back to Tbilisi. Just ask Mamu Kelishvili in the Montenegro game. He thought he got fouled. I said, Mamu, you didn't get fouled, man. Come on.
Yeah, I think the offensive players, and it's Kiki Harrigan as well. She's going to be respected by the referees as well, but the way she plays in this league as well. She's always putting pressure on the defense.
Gale now coming off a ball screen, trying to find the opening. Goes in, Euro step, hops over. That's a good move, but she's got to finish that one. Well, that's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Sheffield ball.
Yeah, again, great defense from Murray, and all Georgia Gale could do at the end was stop and try and make a step through, similar to the sort of moves that Holly Winterburn does, but they've got fortunate there. They've got to make the most of it.
That is an offensive foul there. Legal screen set by Hannah Shaw. So wasted opportunity there for the Sheffield B. Braun Hatters. Now Sheffield, 3:35. You want to try and cut this down to 10 points as much as possible going into the fourth quarter. I mean, the game's not over, but the key thing for them, they got to change the rebounds at the moment. They're just they're giving invitations to the Lions. Here, have as many offensive rebounds as you like.
Yeah, it's a mindset, and they've got to turn it around really quick.
Murray now curls the screen. Simply unstoppable. Getting to the basket with authority.
Yeah, that's beautiful from Taylor Murray. Just turn the corner, going downhill, and now there's just a breakdown there with Georgia Gale not being able to make the catch. Unforced error for the Hatters.
Well, Vanessa Ellis just reminding her players, calm down here, play with a bit more composure. Again, good, effective coaching there from Vanessa Ellis. Many coaches probably would overact in that situation, but keeping her composure, saying to her players, look, play with confidence, calm it down a bit. Kiki now pulls up off the dribble, mid-range. This guy's simply a walking bucket.
Yeah, great counter move there by Harrigan.
And I like that play by Georgia Gale, pushing the tempo, drawing the foul against Murray. The only problem is Sheffield need 3 more team fouls against the Lions to get to the free throw line. But you like that from Georgia Gale, playing with a bit of aggression, but also with a bit of tempo.
Yeah, and the Lions, with trying to defend Georgia Gale, they can have Vorpal on her, they can have Murray, and now they've got Shanice Beckford-Norton. So it's a real big challenge for Georgia Gale today.
22-point lead to the Lions. Sheffield trying to find buckets. Murphy faking the handoff now, trying to go up against Shaquila Joseph. Turning around now, looking for contact, kicks out. Jones wide open, she'll take it. That's a good look, but she's got to make that one. Campbell with the offensive rebound. 10 shot clock now, got to get something going. Gale, hesitation, goes in all the way. Too much on it. I think they're going to go foul against Shaquila Joseph.
Yeah. I mean, that's good effort by Sheffield Hatters, and Georgia Gale again going downhill. She'd be disappointed she didn't make that layup. And the two GB teammates just having a quiet word there.
But again, credit to Sheffield B. Braun Hatters. More aggression, a lot more physical play in their offense at the moment, showing a bit more identity. Rowe now looking for penetration, goes up, and again, much better play by Rowe, getting to the rack.
That is a lightning play from Charlie Rowe. Awesome.
Well, Murray now in the backcourt, 20-point ball game. Lions don't need to rush it if you get any fouls, send them to the free throw line. Shanice finding Shaquila Joseph. Back to a play, good passing game there, but it goes out of bounds, and that will be Lions ball with 8 seconds on the shot clock. What's interesting now with the Lions, they've got Murray and Beckford-Norton in the backcourt, so 2-point guards. But finding Harrigan goes in. Again, where was the help side defense? Report a missing person, please.
Yeah, that was a great freeze move there. She just shot faked. Defense just stood up and she attacked the open space.
Under 2 minutes to go here, 22-point ball game. Gale now, an illegal screen set by Murphy. I have to see the replay of that one. I mean, that's a tough one in my mind.
Yeah, and that's... Georgia Gale likes to have the ball in her hand. I'd love to see her, if she can, depending on who else is on, who's on the floor.
Oh, you kidding me?
That was a... Well,
you kidding me?
She looks pretty still on that screen. Well...
No. Sorry, I'm going to say nothing. Well, Lions lead it by 22. Harrigan pulls up mid-range, and again, this girl simply on fire. Somebody call the electricians, because Kiki Harrigan shooting the lights out.
Yeah, just again, perfect rhythm.
Well, good passing here. Rowe now trying to attack, goes in. Well, tough move there. Could have got it to go, but again, another defensive rebound. Lions looking to push. Murray now hesitates, goes in. Again, the help side defense struggling from the Hatters, but a tough move by Murray.
Yeah, it's they're all business now, London Lions. They just put their foot down on the accelerator.
Murphy faking a handoff. Looking to take on Shaquila Joseph. Too much on it. Murray with a rebound. Looking to push the steam now. Nobody running with her. She's got Kiki. Finds Harrigan. Kiki goes in. Doesn't get it. But nobody getting back for the Hatters for a rebound. Beckford-Norton now, uncontested mid-range. Tucks it away. Shanice Beckford-Norton.
Yeah, just playing with the flow, all helping each other. Offensive rebounds, assists, and now defense.
Again, Georgia Gale had a wide open layup. Couldn't get it to drop there. And now the Lions, 4 seconds difference. Game clock and shot clock and trying to get the last shot. Kiki's going to go all the way, draws a contact. And she will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots.
Well, Kiki Harrigan is completely locked in. 24 points again. She's just such an explosive player. Going left, feels the contact.
That's the right call, though. I mean, look,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Kiki drew the contact effectively. Campbell went right into a. Hey, you can understand from Campbell's perspective. She felt like, look, I had my hands up. But again, as Kiki beat her to the spot, she draws that contact. That's a pro move by Kiki Harrigan.
Yeah, exactly. And she's hit some jump shots, so the defense are going to step out. The space is too. There isn't enough space for the defense to operate. Kiki Harrigan just attacks it and gets the foul drawn.
I mean, look, Sheffield's played very well in this game. Where have they let themselves down? Allowing London to have too many second chance points. That's been the difference.
Yeah, and that's just hustle and energy. And the players they can bring off the bench. Harrigan goes out, Kiki Harrigan's out. Superb game again, and Ty Battle in. So they just keep bringing energy players off the bench onto the floor.
Well, Naylor finding Campbell. Sheffield need to get something good here. Remember, they got the final bucket in the second quarter. Gale coming off one screen, gets a switch. Goes in with a one-legged fadeaway, almost got it. And the rebound secured by Shaquilla Joseph. London Lions, they had a 10-point lead at halftime, 8-point lead at halftime. Now they lead by 30, 89-59 against Sheffield Hatters. A technical foul's been called. Well, I'm not sure who they called this one on. Well, was it technical called against the Hatters or against the Lions?
I'm not sure. We'll have to confirm that.
Well, they said 0 there, so I wonder if it was a bench technical against... Well, I don't know if they called that one against the Hatters or if they called against the Lions, but we will find out when we come back. Someone's going to have a free throw.
Yeah, well, just excellent quarter. The 20-point differential in the quarter there, 36-14, so 22 points differential, and they just stepped it up. All areas of the game, they made it really tough for Sheffield Hatters to get into any sort of offense. Early on, Carly Murphy got a bit of success, but once London Lions got into the flow, they kept bringing players off the bench, and they were pushing and pushing, getting offensive rebounds, and in the end, it's just too much for Hatters to deal with.
And it's all confidence dropping, because by giving London so many offensive rebounds, giving them the invitation to have so many second chance points, then again, you got to rely on every offense to keep yourselves in the game. They were running things through Murphy. It's been very tough, but Sheffield need to believe in themselves. Like 30 points, they got to try and come into this quarter with no fear whatsoever and try to battle back. This is a very good Sheffield Hatters team.
Yeah, and they've answered a lot of questions as we see some of the highlights, but Taylor Murray has really taken it upon herself in that quarter in particular. 8 points and 4 assists just for her. She's been superb, but they've answered a...
That can't be right because the Lions are shooting the free throw. Well, the technical foul, we believe, was called against the Sheffield B. Braun Hatters bench because something must have been said there from the bench, and I think that our ref... But how's that possible? London just shot the free throw, though. London shot the free throw. They couldn't have had the technical foul called against them if they shot the free throw. Yeah, they got that one wrong because Lions shot the free throw. It should have been against Sheffield. Well, now Sheffield here, first possession of the fourth quarter. Naylor again throwing a bit of a tough pass, but Gale able to recuperate it. Again, good defense coming from Shanice Beckford-Norton. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, again, Georgia Gale having to dribble quite a lot there, interacting with Naylor, but she just couldn't shake Shanice Beckford-Norton off. But not many players can in this league.
6 seconds now. Rowe has to force up a prayer now. Got to get something to go. Good defense. Battle comes up with it. Battle's going to go all the way. And again, finishes the layup, making it a 32-point ball game.
Yeah, and it's just too much defense. Charlie Rowe got her pockets picked. Nice job by Ty Battle.
Gale now looking to attack here. Steps through with the pass. I'm sure she can get away with that one, but Campbell makes a shot.
Yeah, nice job by Georgia Gale under all sorts of pressure and gets the pass off. Nice job by Naomi Campbell with the short jump shot.
Beckford Norton now made a last jump shot from the mid-range. Doesn't get this one. Battle, again, fighting for the offensive board. Lions causing all sorts of problems. Proud now, looking for a penetration, turns around, fadeaway, takes it, hits nothing. But again, another offensive rebound, and another one. Well, Joseph missed the first one. Just looks at the photographer to say, I should have made that one. Jones now looking to attack, goes in, contact, count it! No, foul was on the ground.
Well, that looked, that's another tough call. I think she's going to go to the free throw line.
Well, the officials are reviewing this. Count it! Now she'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's absolutely the correct play, the correct call, because she's on her way to the basket. She's in her layup steps. And if that hadn't been called a and one, then I'm not sure what Coach Vanessa Ellis would have done.
Well, that's more of an and one than the Netflix documentary they were watching tonight. That's a good documentary, by the way. The Rise and Fall of and one.
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. That's another one for the list.
I'd say it's probably not as good as Malice at the Palace between the Pistons and the Pacers. That was I'm going to watch that when I get home tonight.
Yeah, that.
Well, Battle trying to size up now. Beautiful post move, doesn't get it. Gets her own rebound again and again. Let me tell you something. Sheffield B. Braun Hatters have had a final donut. Nobody calls Bucks out.
Yeah, and again they try to push the ball up the floor and they then turn it over. But Ty Battle, again, another player with huge height, long arms, huge wingspan, just gets after the rebounds. It's all right having the size, but you've got to know what to do with it. And she just got after a couple of offensive rebounds there.
31-point ball game. Beckford Norton now step back, takes it, ices that one right in the face of Campbell. Tough move by Shanice Beckford Norton.
Nice to see Shanice just squaring up and taking her own option when open. Nothing but net there on the jump shot.
33-point lead to the Lions. Sheffield still battling though. Gale steps out, big three, almost got it, can't get it. Charles on the rebound, Numbers in transition. Tries a no-look pass, Shaquilla Joseph, right idea.
That's unfortunate. Maybe Chantel Charles should have just kept going. Maybe it was a little bit of a shallow pass. Needed to make that pass a couple of dribbles earlier possibly, but good intent again by the London Lions.
Well, Kiana Murray-Jones, along with Georgia Gale and Campbell, all go to the bench to take a breather. As Lena Niang comes back into the game, along with Whitehouse and Murphy. Niang goes in with a post-up, and again, tough move by Lena Niang.
Yeah, that's where we want to see her receive the basketball. That's where the Hatters need her, and then she can just drop it over the front of the rim like she just did there.
Joseph now dumped down to Ty Battle, looking aggressive, going in. She'll go to the free throw line. She is looking like a different player in this game.
Yeah, they're getting the ball to her in really dangerous positions, and Sheffield Hatters just cannot deal with it.
Yeah, the stats have messed up twice tonight because they, as you said, they should have been 5 fouls called in the second.
Nice play by Battle and at the free throw line.
Again, you like the way she solidifies herself in the low block. She's very aggressive to try and receive the ball, but it's what she does with the ball. A back down one-on-one post play. Ty Battle. Mom, I'm trying to play for an MVP tonight. Murphy in the low block now, trying to post up here against Battle. Kicks out to Whitehouse. Whitehouse trying to break this down, but Charles not letting her through. 5 on the shot clock. Chief has got to get something going. Out to Rowe. Rowe, Hail Mary three, puts it up, almost got it. And the Hatters getting an offensive rebound. Final Lennon Niang, she'll go in. Well, back-to-back buckets for Lennon Niang. She's looking more aggressive when she attacks the bucket.
Yeah, and London Lions are really struggling to deal with her. She's a good athlete, good wingspan, gets right to the hoop there with a drop shot over the front of the rim.
Ty Battle now, top of the key. Finding Beckford Norton. She's made 2 field goals to the mid-range. Can't get this one. Murphy with a rebound. Hatters building confidence now. Got to play to the end. Play for pride. Chief kicking this one out. One more pass again. Probably should have taken that. Finding Beckford Norton again. Turns it over. You like the tempo here from the Lions. Trying to push at all costs.
Yeah, that was. You could see exactly what Shaquilla Joseph was trying to do Beautiful angle on the bounce pass, but the defence did just enough to thwart Shanice Beckford-Norton on the layup.
Murphy finding Rowe now. Rowe with a pump fake, goes in. A little teardrop, in and out, but a good move by Charlie Rowe. Now Beckford-Norton running in transition. She'll go in, she'll finish it. Beckford-Norton go coast to coast, or as they like to say in Israel, Tir Sham, Tir Sham.
Yeah, beautiful play by Shanice.
Well, another interception now. Lions defense causing all sorts of problems. One more time for Powell going. Can't get it. And the Yang finding Chief, and again throws it away. Bit of a lackadaisical error there coming from the Sheffield B. Braun Hatters.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because good play by the Hatters. And Yang, just a little handoff pass, just didn't happen. But that's just the way it's been. The more pressure that London Lions put on the B. Braun Hatters, the mistakes happen. They can't get to the rebounds, and they've just thrown the ball away unnecessarily there. But you've got to credit this London Lions team. They just push and push, and seeing Shanice Beckford-Norton in full flow right in front of you is a thing to behold. As we see some of the results of these turnovers, just simple running layups for Ty Battler, who has been superb. Unstoppable underneath. They've got real options, and it's great that they're giving her the time to really showcase her talent under the hoop.
Sheffield's got to take some positives from this game because, you know, for 2 quarters they really did compete here against the Lions. It's something they got to take away to feel, look, come playoff time, we know we can compete with this team, but we've got to do it for 4 quarters.
Yeah, and that's the issue for all teams. Caledonia Gladiators are the one team that did it in an incredible performance a couple of weeks ago at the Copper Box. But since then, as Stella Cassidy has settled into her role, they've had the 2 big wins against Cardiff and Oaklands, and now they're heading towards another high-scoring win here.
5:17 to go. Currently now a 32-point lead to the Pride. On their way to the final. 5 minutes away.
Yeah, and the quadruple is on for London Lions for sure.
Again, that trophy cabinet's going to be a little bit crowded by the end of the season if it keeps going the way it is.
Well, it's exactly what the club want, exactly what the investors want. And now the rest of the league have to respond.
Joseph now finding Winterburn. Pulls up for 3. 3 is up, no good. Charles trying to save it. Well, jump ball has been called to be possession back to Lions due to the possession arrow.
Yeah, they've just got to keep their head up. Abby Whitehouse, good job on the jump shot, on rebound of the jump shot that was just short, but she was swarmed around as soon as she had that ball.
Finding battle now, takes a mid-range, can't get it. Holly catches it on the floor. Looking for a dump down now. Shaquille looking for a post up. Give it go now. Finds Vorpal. Good ball movement, but again, can't finish it. The Lions still come up with loose balls. Joseph finally finishing it.
Wow, Shaquille Joseph. In the end, they got what they wanted.
Cross court now, finding Lennon Yang. Yang looking to attack now. Pulls up mid-range. That's a high percentage shot, but couldn't get it to drop. Chantal patiently trying to build something here. Kicks out to Vorpal. Good movement here for the Lions. Sharing the ball effectively. Holly faking the screen. Splits the defense in and around. Gets it and will go to the free throw line.
Again, that is a pretty move. Gets the ball on her right hip, rips it through left, goes left, then comes back right and finishes with the right hand. That is a clinic on one-on-one moves, and that's against the first defender, the primary defender, then the secondary defender. And the third defender hadn't come across to help in time, Carly Murphy.
Well, forget the shell drill. Holly Winterburn defying the laws of basketball gravity on that one.
But that's the thing with London Lions. She sat for a while. She is fresh. She's ready to go. Comes in, immediate impact on the game.
Well, differences obviously with the Lions. A lot of teams of depth in bench. Again, we credit this team, the Sheffield B. Braun Hatters. Lennon Yang, Georgia Gale, Murphy, some great players. But again, when you've got a deeper rotation, it does make it tough because you have to play more minutes, of course. Holly going in all the way. Fangerall can't get it. Murphy comes up with it.
There's a couple of layups missed now. Winterburn and Vorpal, they want to tighten that up.
Oh, I love that play there. Murphy, good eyes there from Chief. From Helen Naylor, finding Murphy.
Yeah, great running, great interaction, and see the smiles between the players. They've got to take positives, as you said, Josh, because this game has almost gone, but they've got to be looking forward, playoffs, and getting back to winning ways.
I mean, when you talk about one of the most historic basketball clubs in the history of British basketball, Sheffield had is possibly our number one. Well, I'm putting them up there with Crystal Palace, of course.
Yes.
And again, as you said, look, you can look at the scoreline, you can make assumptions, you can make critiques, but you got to take into consideration 2 quarters we competed with the Lions. We got to take that towards the end of the season.
Yeah, they came out really strong and with confidence, playing loose. They've all contributed, but it's just doing it for long enough. And once Lions hit their stride, and that's what Sheffield Hatters have got to be looking to try and do, even for this last 3.5 minutes, try and get London Lions out of their stride and try and slow them down. But as for the history of the WBBL, or before the WBBL, Betty Codona, who's the trophy is named after, Vanessa's mother, they are what British women basketball was all about, going way back to the 1980s.
I'll tell you what, we got some
and
GB
maybe even
players.
before. We'd have to double check that.
But the amount of GB players we got coming up for the women's Eurobasket, I
Yeah.
don't know about you, but I might be flying out to Slovenia and Israel this summer because I'm going Team GB. And Azania, you're not retiring anytime soon.
Well, I'm sure those conversations are being had behind the behind the scenes, but Fag Benley is incredible.
I told Mrs. Bet, my better half, my boss, Azania was retired. She loves Azania. She said, "No, honey, she can't retire."
No,
she can't retire.
She's got to stay involved in some way. She's got so much knowledge, so much respect in the game. But it's great to see these young British players coming through. Coach Pichetta's given them the chance, and they're doing it on the domestic stage as well, week in and week out. And age is not an issue. If you're good enough, like with Holly Winterburn, Georgia Gale, obviously a few years older, but they work together really well for that GB team in crunch situations on that last qualifying campaign.
Just under 3.5 now. Going down here to Shakira Joseph. Turnaround. No foul calls. Good post movement. Good defense from Murphy. Haddon's trying to push this one. Gale coming off one ball screen. Fakes the kick out. Yeah, maybe one too many passes there. Jones is wide open. Holly will finish this one with a layup. Making it now officially. Big time blowout now. It's a 48-point ball game to the London Lions. 38-point ball game, excuse me, my mathematics is way off.
Yeah, again, Holly Winterburn getting in the passing lane, causing indecision, getting the steal and the layup.
Murphy in the low block now, looking for a post-up. She's been good going to her right hand. Doesn't get this one.
Yeah, she had to let that one go a little bit further out, a little bit more of a tougher shot. Good save by Charles.
Does very well there. Shaquila looking for a post-up now. Looking to go to work. Turnaround. Textbook play. Yeah. Shaquila Joseph dominating the low block.
That's nice. She never gave Carly Murphy an idea which way she was going. Showed height and just stepped through on the baseline.
Again, Shaquila Joseph, in my mind, too many times this year she's been a role player. Tonight she's showing she can be a go-to player in the low block here for the Lions. 7 on the shot clock now. Jones pulls up D3. Cash money from Georgia Gale.
Yeah, great job. Gale, in the end, she'd run out of good options, so she just let it fly from deep.
Well, that's going to be a key thing when she plays with GB this summer. She's going to have to be one of those primetime players for the perimeter. She's got to build a confidence, because when you play against the intense defense of the women's Eurobasket, she's got to have the ability to pull up for those three-pointers.
Yeah, and she likes to handle the ball, so it's good if there's clean screens and she can clear the screens, and that's fine when she's handling the ball. Then she can go downhill. But that's what I liked in that last GB window. She really mixed it up, and she did hit some big knockdown threes. So these young British women are learning on the job and being given the chance by Coach Pichetta.
Well, Holly missing the first free throw. 1:49 to go in the fourth quarter. I think it's fair to say now the final will be now envisioned here for the Lions. On the corner now, 3 is up by Jones to get it beautifully tucked away in the corner. And a nice shot there by Kiana Moyer-Jones. The assist coming from Georgia Gale. Joseph now looking to get this one up now. Finding Vorpal. Looking for another post-up. Here's where she's been effective in this game. Finding a position, turnaround. Doesn't get a good look, but Vorpal with another offensive rebound. Over mid to go now. Baseline. Line side battle. Battle goes in. Again, beautiful ball movement coming from the Lions.
Yeah, that's great play. Baseline one side, baseline the other. Perfect bounce pass from Vorpal to Ty Battle.
Under a minute to go. Sheffield still battling. You got to credit this team, even though they're out of it. Continue to play with a lot of fight and a lot of heart, and that's been a good thing about them this season.
Yeah, Lenny Yang just unstoppable as she goes to the hoop against the smaller Vorpal.
The foul is going to be called against Georgia Gale.
Yeah, pushing the back from Georgia Gale there as Holly Winterburn had really good position.
Vorpal now looking to give this one up. Chantel Charles, a 1 3-pointer she's made in this game. A solid professional here for the London Lions. Holly with a deep three, front iron, can't get it. Gale with a rebound, looking to push this one. Drawing the foul against Holly Winterburn. You like to see that 2 GB teammates battling.
Yeah, and that's how they practice needs to be. They've got to be going hard at each other and bringing the best out of each other. Holly Winterburn on the winning side for today, but Georgia Gale's had some big moments as well.
7 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Gale here on the wing. Looking to find Hannah Shaw for the post-up. Down low to Shaw. Turnaround, fadeaway jump shot, can't get it. The rebound secured by Ty Battle. Well, basketball fans, we thank you for joining us here at Oaklands College in the beautiful county of Hertfordshire in the small town of St. Albans. But at the end of this game, London Lions, they're on the way to the final. They win this 112-77. We'll show you some key stats and highlights, but Graham, Lions really turning it around probably towards the end of the second quarter in this game.
Yeah, it's been all London Lions second half, and they just been dominant behind another big performance from Holly Winterburn. I'll try and grab a word with her after the game as well. And Kiki Harrigan, just superb, 26 points for her as well. 6 rebounds. When you've got 2 players like that, just delivering at such a high level, everybody on the London Lions roster scored. Ty Battle, 17 points, really impressive as well. 6 rebounds. It's a recipe for success. As for the Hatters, a tough result in the end, but there's going to be some positives to take out of it to move forward to the next games.
Well, again, the final is now reality as Graham will go ahead for an interview with Holly Winterburn. But as we mentioned, there's the final score there. Look at the stats now. Lions, 42 field goals with inside the rainbow, and only 3 3-point field goals. Hatters finishing with 4 3-pointers in the end. Well, you can see the rebounds. That was the story of the game. 19 offensive rebounds for the Lions, winning by plus 20 on that margin. And that was just a stat that the Hatters failed to come back for. Holly Winterburn with 26, Kiki Harrigan with 26. The very dominant performance from those 2 players. Well, credit, of course, to Vanessa Ellis' team, doing a good job of competing with the Lions here for 2 quarters. A lot of positives that they could take from the game. Lions will just get one last team picture here with one of the greatest photographers in British basketball, Mr. Mansour Ahmed, making the journey down. Again, you can follow him at I Am Ahmed Photos on Twitter, one of the greatest in the history of British basketball photography. And after this picture, we will hear from Holly Winterburn, and she will meet with Graham Hiscock, my co-commentator. Here are some of the key highlights. Shaquila Joseph showing the back down post-game with no regard for the Sheffield B. Braun Hatters defense. But look at the deep 3 here. My Georgia Gale. GB basketball fans, you'll be seeing that this summer at the FIBA Women's Eurobasket. Georgia Gale, daughter of the great Garnet Gale, one of the greatest in the history of British basketball. And there was Kyan Amaya Jones hitting the 3-pointer. Well, we're going to hear momentarily as Holly Winterburn is heading over. You can see the pick and roll there with Queen Azania, Your Highness, finishing under the basket. And that was Lennon Yang with the mid-range jump shot. Had a good game, Lennon Yang. But Gale again, 3 in transition. Count it! Well, we now have Holly Winterburn here at the sideline. We're going to hear momentarily from the GB superstar and London Lions franchise player Holly Winterburn. She is with Graham Hiscock, and we will be getting words from her momentarily. We're going to show you some final highlights, but momentarily we will swap over for the showtime. He's over there. Well, now we'll go over. Graham is with Holly Winterburn. Let's hear what she has to say from this game.
Cool side with Holly Winterburn. Another great result for the London Lions and a super individual performance by yourself. Just your thoughts post-game?
I think the first half, was really competitive. The refs were calling absolutely everything. So, we took a while to adjust to that because, that's how we play. We play aggressive, we play up the floor. So, that was an adjustment. But once we got into it and found our rhythm, it was hard to stop us.
And on the back of the triple-double last week against Oakland Wolves, you just keep putting on these big performances. Talk about how your teammates are helping you in regard to that as well.
I mean, every week we have someone different that, has a big performance because how our offense is, how our team's built is, whoever comes off the screen in that moment is going to score. And sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Kiki. We are a team, we're 12 deep and it's really hard to stop a 12-man deep roster. So, yeah.
I would agree with that. And another final, another possible medal and trophy. How are you feeling about making it to the final for this season?
Well, we set out at the start of the year, we wanted 4 out of 4, so, this is just another step to get that second one. And who's the other semi-final? Riders and...
Yes.
Riders. Well, I'm hoping it's Riders, so we'll see them again in Glasgow.
Yeah, you got it. Holly Winterburn, great job, good result for the London Lions. Another final for this young lady. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, that was Graham Hiscock there with Holly Winterburn, the MVP of this game, with 26 points. Basketball fans, we thank you for joining us here at Oakland's College. Lions are on their way to the finals. But for now, as Graham is just going to come back and join us, because I know Graham will love to say goodbye to everybody. Come on, put your headset on. Let's go. Come on. You got to be quicker than this, Matt. Come on. You got to. I know you move a lot quicker than this. He was next PC, by the way. So.
Well, it was good to speak to Holly. I mean, we spoke to her last week as well, and she's very, very complimentary on her teammates. She just churns out great performance after great performance, but she's also got super teammates around her, and she appreciates that.
Well, basketball fans, we thank you for joining us here at Oakland's College. But for now, on Sunday night, it's good night, and we'll see you soon.